The Muffler, Ryan Bruckner. I am Mike, Big Tobacco Ryan. Welcome to another installment of A Squared Circle Cinema. It is a hot and sunny summer day. The last day of June. That June gloom has burned away to a beautiful blue sky July, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I got my cool and refreshing Bud Light with ice. Not Bud Ice, but Bud Light with ice, because this can has been sitting in my car for 2 days, and I decided to just bring it out. Might as well indulge. And I'll tell you, I mean, usually nothing smells refreshment on a sunny summer day than a scorching hot Bud Light. But you suggested I use ice, and it is much more refreshing, and I appreciate it.
And the ice is already melted. That shows you
Scorching
how hot that Bud Light was.
This is literally like boiling water.
When I brought up the idea to you, you just looked confused, like, what?
What? Cerveza sin hielo, por favor.
Yeah.
And
you obviously had a scorching hot Bud Light in the past.
No, there was no doubt in your mind that you were like, you've had a hot ass Bud Light before. I'm like, yeah, it's not very good. It's terrible. You didn't have ice in Mexico because you didn't want the runs drinking the ice because you didn't trust the water.
And
that's
that
why
didn't
it was
even work.
Cerveza sin yellow. Didn't even work.
You were covered in excrement.
You know what? Did I tell you what I thought? Not mine, though. Not mine. That's what I told the maid. It's not mine. Oh, God. I didn't have to start crying.
It was hers. To her face.
It was hers. Damn it. No, I got terrible runs, though. And I don't know, did I try to analyze why? Like, there was a moment, I think I was taking a shower, and it's my routine, to like, boo, 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 I get my bum, and I get my armpits, la-da-da, touch Pawinky.
You don't get your bum. We've gone over this.
Right, sure, fine. Okay, none of that happens. But, sometimes I've been known a time or two to just, kind of take a gulp of water, and I think that's when I did that.
You do like hot, disgusting liquid
Ryan.
going down your gullet.
Speaking of that, Ryan, permission to speak.
Okay.
All right. In the previous episode of Squared Circle Cinema, our discussion. Oh, how am I doing today, buddy?
You're late.
Yeah.
You're
sorry.
throwing off my whole day. I'm making some juicy Lucy's later.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you were ready to get going. You were like, clock's ticking. What did I say originally, 1:30?
Yeah. And then I was sitting here at 1:15. Everything's all set up.
Oh, dear.
And then you text me.
Yeah.
2:30, okay? Well, I guess I don't have a choice.
You would have a choice. If you would have said, like, I wish you would come over at the time you said, I would have said, well, you don't have any choice. you don't have a choice, man. I'm sorry. Because I always ask, like, is 2:30 okay? And it's like, I can't make it till 2:30, man. I'm sorry. And usually I get, like, a no problem, and I get a kickboxer just, throat. What movie is that from?
It's from Bloodsport.
That's from Bloodsport? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he's just, like, doing the sign of, I'm going to slit your throat when you get here because you're an hour late. Big deal. And I got here before 2:30, by the way.
I could already be prepping my juicy Lucy's.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. That's cool. So that's like a Minnesota treat, right?
Yeah.
You got your patty, and then you're going to infuse some cheese in there.
Stuffed burger.
The cheese goes in the burger.
But I'm going to make it a little hybrid. So I'm going to make a Western bacon juicy Lucy.
Wow. Carl's, they went to the triple Western bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, probably.
The triple.
How many calories is one of those?
Oh, my God.
Because just the regular is really high in calories.
I was, for some reason, I'm such a sucker for marketing. I was thinking about basketball players in 90s commercials, and one of them was those burger, fry, and a Coke with Sean Kemp, I believe. I thought it was Sean Kemp, but I was trying to find the commercial. I couldn't find it.
It's going all over his arm.
Yeah.
And like on his
And then
shoes.
the ball comes up and he kicks it and he takes that gulp. And then the paper's all crispy and the lettuce is crispy. It's like, damn, that's good marketing. So I was just thinking about that commercial randomly. I'm like, I'm going to go to Carl's today. Like, I'm such a sucker for that. So I went to Carl's. I got the weirdest thing. It was I got the ranch crispy chicken, right? they went double. I didn't even ask for it. I got 2 crispy chicken patties on top
What
of each
the
other.
hell?
And I was like, oh, awesome! Because I paid for just the original crispy chicken, the number 14, I believe. And I was like stoked. And then I was like, this is terrible. This is too much Carl's chicken.
Were they the same size?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was as if I got like the double thick burger, but it was the chicken. And it's like, damn,
Wow.
was that a mistake? And I checked
How
the menu.
many
Like, did I order
calories
a
is
double?
that?
Absolutely. I felt terrible afterwards.
It's got to be like at least 1,500 calories.
Well, you need just the one piece of chicken because you can kind of see the imperfections in the chicken when you double it. You know, like it was pretty chewy, you know, and this is fried chicken here. So anyway, Ryan, permission to speak. I already asked that.
Permission granted.
Thank you again.
I mean, you always speak, but why do you need
I know.
permission?
It's 2:30, okay? Are you sure? Are you sure? So I feel kind of terrible, I guess, in our last episode on our discussion of the American classic Suburban Commando starring Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker. Check it out in the archive. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell a friend. Hey, speaking of that, shout out to Casey Heaton for commenting on our Facebook page. We got a comment on our Facebook. Are you typing? You're
I was
typing.
looking up the calories.
Good Lord. I thought you were. I was like, he better not be looking at the caloric list.
770
From Carl's Jr.
for regular.
Well, I'm spilling my heart.
Yeah, definitely over 1,000.
All right, wait.
adding
Say that again.
second.
Say 7 what?
770 calories just for the regular
Ranch crispy chicken.
ranch crispy chicken.
Okay, right. A lot of that's in the bacon. A lot of that's in the mayo. They didn't double the bacon and they didn't double the mayo, so it's just an
But it's
additional.
a big piece of fried chicken.
Right.
The fried adds calories.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
gonna
over
say,
1,000. Like,
yeah,
probably
I mean,
1,400.
Yeah, something around there.
Wow.
But yeah, thank you, Casey, for continuing to shout us out and putting us in
awesome.
your awesome book of lists.
Casey is the co-author of the greatest book of movie lists in the world. Allegedly, it's the perfect coffee table book. Available on Amazon. Anyway, so last episode I said some pretty gosh darn offensive things throughout. Most notably, during our discussion of all gender bathrooms, I uttered the word tranny.
You
I
did.
just kind of blurted it out, and it's not like I wasn't aware of how insensitive that word is.
Well, you did like five or so days later. You were like, probably shouldn't have said tranny.
I felt bad. Like I don't even remember saying. I don't know. I mean, like, was it a lazy Saturday around my mom's house that day? Yes. Did I have a couple of cold ones in the backyard? Yes.
Do you
Was
get a
I
little
malnourished?
extra racist whenever you're in Orange County?
Was I malnourished?
Yes.
Was I? Was I malnourished? No. I bought us some hoagies. You're welcome. Was I sleep deprived? Yes. And is that any excuse? No. So I would like to apologize sincerely. I mean, I just blurted it out. I feel terrible, and I truthfully consider myself an ally to the LGBTQ community, and it's not the vocabulary I should be using, because it's not like I'm unaware of what is considered insensitive language in this current North American climate, especially here in Southern California. And I'd like to say that I've adapted to the appropriate language. Dude, growing up in a time and a place where, frankly, fag was just part of the vocabulary in Orange County. That's gay. And first I thought that was like a 90s thing, but I don't think it is, because I think that's just a boys thing. Even today, when we were in San Francisco, of all places, Chris and I went to a Lucky before the wedding, you know, and it was right when a junior high got out, and it was like just our language in the 90s. Like, dude, that's so gay. Dude,
really?
Fag? Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, huh. I thought we've learned a thing or two, but I guess not. I mean, maybe there's just one group of assholes. I don't know.
Well, that is like a very privileged.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Area.
I was like, oh my God, I thought we got better, you know? Anyway, so the last thing I want to do is offend any gender or race, and I'm not proud of what I said. I am proud of the gosh darn transgender movement, you know? I mean, I really am. I mean, you look at the 2019 federal and California employment notices, boom, right there. It's like transgender rights in the workplace. It's awesome. Like, I love a good movement, you know.
You looked at that?
I hung it up
like
on
it's
the wall.
like, oh, it's on your wall at
I
work.
hung it up. Yeah. It's on the wall there. And I was like, I put it up, and I was like, huh, nice, cool. That's awesome. And they made it to this, Like, that's great. That's a great movement. I love it, And so I apologize.
Well, it's good that you recognized and
Yeah, because I
didn't
don't
try
remember
to
saying
qualify it.
Especially
you
when
just said, I said that, and I was
I
wrong.
did, and it was weird because it was part of my argument about the bathrooms in LA that are all gender now, and it was in reference to that, and my argument would have been strong enough had I not uttered that word, which in this climate is bad. You don't say that word. It would have been fine if I would have said transgender, and I just blurted out tranny, and it wasn't. I wasn't even conscious of it. Like it wasn't like in the moment. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, and you corrected me right after, and said, about if there was a transgender in the workplace and something like that, and it was the appropriate response, and I was like, well said. You're right. I'm sorry. Jesus, I'm a pig. So that is why, Ryan, thanks to your idea, I of course already have my swear jar, which has been pretty darn effective, I must say. And now I have my insensitive comment jar. So it's my fucking swear jar to my right and my cracker ass insensitive jar to my left.
Oh, that's a nice sound. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I do too. I was trying to think of an insensitive thing that's not that bad,
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of anything. Like the only thing I could do is make fun of white people. Pretty
You've
much,
offended
right?
a lot of proud crackers out there.
Yeah. But it has to be like, because this is my shitty swear jar. It would have to be like this is my, kind of poorly made or something. Like I don't know. There's material there, I guess, but
Well,
I don't.
here's to you making more insensitive remarks in the future so we could hear that lovely noise.
Here's the thing, though. This was my girlfriend's idea. This one's worse. The insensitive jar, way worse than swear jar, right? Mm-hmm. Way worse. So this shouldn't just be coins here. Like I should like pony up some cash.
Dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that doesn't have like a good sound quality to
Should
it.
write a check.
Right. I should either write a check.
Yeah,
write a check.
Listen to you writing it, tearing it out of the book.
How do I endorse it though?
Who are you
Pay to
writing
the
it
order?
to? Maybe to like a charity. That'd
Okay.
be kind of,
Okay.
that'd be funny.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea. I was thinking either that or my girlfriend's suggestion was to pay in high denominations like 50s, and you got to check the authenticity of it. Authenticity with a marker, and you hear the
okay.
But I like the you can hear the scribbling on a ballpoint pen.
Do you still write checks? Do you write checks for your rent?
Yes, I do. I got a fresh checkbook. I think that's a good idea.
I can't remember the last time I wrote a check.
So do you pay? Oh yeah, all right, cool. It's all direct, huh?
Everything's online.
Yeah.
Everything. Did you see all the new ads for Glide? I'm excited. They're really really pumping up their ad campaign.
Love it.
Gina Davis
Oh yeah,
is going to be in it.
Meryl Streep.
Just bringing home all of the things we said about it being a parallel to League of Their
Own, baby.
Now you got Gina Davis in there.
Who's next? Lori Petty?
That would be amazing. We barely see Lori Petty anymore.
Get a little Joe Lovitz?
She's
John Lovitz involved? Did I see Joe Lovitz?
Lori Petty used to be in every...
She's Tank Girl!
She was in every single movie in the 90s, and then it just stopped.
It stopped abruptly. In the Army now?
Yeah.
Dude.
I love Lori Petty.
Me too. And she was in all of those Rock and Jock softball games on MTV with Hammer.
Yeah.
She was in every one of them.
Was she good?
She was
I don't
great.
remember if she was good.
I
or
don't
not.
either. But she knew
I remember
where to run to first.
Sinbad was amazing.
Yeah.
Like when in the basketball one with the 25
Oh,
point
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
Sinbad was out there.
There was a year that Flea just crushed it.
Oh,
Flea just
yeah.
kept drilling.
Flea had the moves.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. He was just shooting bombs, man. He was just shooting three-pointers left and right. He scored 65 points.
Yeah.
He's a basketball fanatic. He's a huge Laker fan.
Speaking of insensitive remarks, so this leaked out in the time between podcasts. I guess the Trump administration had they vet everybody that's going to be potential cabinet member.
Yeah.
And they do it in what can hurt us about this person? What's controversial about them? And they really succinctly lay it out. So the one for Linda McMahon leaked onto the internet. And so I have it here. And it's like, I kind of wish I would have had one of these done for you before we started the podcast. Then I would have learned about, all of your racist and homophobic tendencies.
Right. How do you figure this out, though? How do they abstract this?
They just get research. Look at it. This is the actual document that leaked, the actual PDF of it. So they just have like comments on Trump in the past. They just get researchers to put this together. So just investigators.
These are all highly publicized people. Wow.
Yeah.
So how's
so
Linda McMahon?
I just kind of wanted to run down some of her.
Wow.
This is under the general controversy section.
Shouldn't this be kind of more private a little bit?
Yeah.
I understand the general public should see.
It leaked. It was private. It was a confidential document that leaked.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. So the first one's kind of dumb. She's been late on her property taxes multiple times since 1984.
That's
4 times since 1984 late on property taxes.
That's not terrible. That's pretty well.
McMahon's campaign advertising for her 2010 race claims she built her business without the help of government and has attacked government bailouts. But Linda McMahon took nearly $3 million in taxpayer subsidies as the CEO of WWE.
I would say that's a negative.
And they got links to all the articles.
Damn, and here's proof.
McMahon's WWE has faced numerous complaints of sexual abuse. And then they go down each one. In 1999, female wrestling star Sable sued what was then the World Wrestling Federation for sexual harassment. World Wrestling Federation female star Sable filed a $110 million suit in a Connecticut federal court last Thursday, alleging sexual harassment, unsafe work conditions, and steroid abuse in the WWF.
Huh.
And it just kind of goes on.
Wow.
WWF ring boy Tom Cole said he was harassed by several WWF employees. He alleged that Pat Patterson was harassing him.
Wow. He's just being friendly. God, lighten up.
Former WWF television announcer Murray Hodgson filed a lawsuit in 91 alleging his termination was a result of rejecting sexual advances from Pat Patterson.
But this is more about the company and less about Linda McMahon. So just because she's
it's
a
her
part...
company. This is just she still got the job.
Right.
This is just a list of what could hurt us by hiring her.
And so far, these are not terrible,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because you can
we all know
easily
about
dodge these. Because this isn't just like a local corner store where all these atrocious things are happening. This is a huge company or a public company, so you can kind of jive and juke and jive, stutter step away from that one, if you will.
So they got allegations by Billy Graham, Billy Jack Haynes. There was a lawsuit by Nicole Bass.
Oh, R.I.P.
Then you got McMahon had a role in tipping a steroid doctor off to a federal investigation and removing records.
Ooh.
And all then there's a whole section.
None of these are too damning, in my opinion.
Tied to the insensitive remarks jar.
Oh.
Homophobia in WWE.
Oh, running rampant.
A wrestler savagely beat another wrestler who was dressed in drag in 2004, shouting, "He's a faggot."
God, how about Goldust? Everything with Ahmed Johnson?
I don't even remember that. Well, I guess I wasn't really watching in 2004, but it says there was Tyson Tomko's match against Steven Richards at Unforgiven 2004. Richard was dressed in drag and savagely beaten on pay-per-view as Tomko screamed, "He's a F," as loud as can be. Tyson wanted to make the point clear, just in case anyone doubted, that they're actually witnessing a hate crime.
Jeez. That's terrible.
So they go into Goldust, and then they go into Roddy Piper attacking Goldust.
Yeah. How about Jerry Lawler, too, calling him queer? Like, aren't you queer?
Yeah. And he said...
And he's like, no.
He says, flaming faggot, too. Yeah. They're...
Terrible.
Oh, man. And I don't even remember.
You want to talk
this.
about racism and homophobia? Then you got to include WWE in your conversation.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I don't remember this at all. But this now is going into racism. 2 Arab American wrestlers debuted in 2004 and were characterized as angry for being prejudged, and wanted to make America pay. So when the 2 Arab wrestlers joined Steve Austin for a 2005 in-ring showdown, Austin said, "I see sand people."
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Oh, boy. You know how he had so much creative control? You know? Like, he was like, I don't want to say that. That's not good for my character.
It's
He probably, for this one,
2005, it was when he was like the sheriff
I'll
of
do
Raw,
it.
you know?
That was probably his idea.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah,
up with
probably.
racist things to say in between beating his wife. What a monster. Why do we revere this guy so much?
I was thinking
He's a
about
monster.
That. I was thinking about that too. Like
Have you seen
always
some of the
it's like,
photos
how could
of
people
Deborah
like
McMichaels?
Chris Brown? How could people
And
be
how is this
fans?
any
And then,
different?
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I'm a hypocrite because
How is
I
this any
support
different?
Steve Austin.
Yeah, I don't listen to his podcast anymore. About hearing more of the details about Deborah, and when you hear her speak, you know she's speaking accurately. She has a very wise. Now that she's speaking promotion, she's going to schools. Like, I wonder if they have to remove his name from her speeches or public appearances and stuff like that, because it's like she's saying, when you're in an abusive relationship, this is how you do. This is what I did. Learn from what I didn't do, because I was in an abusive relationship for a long time, and he battered me. It got violent to the point. Like, what about how about verbal abuse she probably suffered? You know, we're just talking about when it erupts to punching. I'm not saying he punched her all the time, but you know what? Fuck you, Steve Austin. Go to hell.
I just like him too much.
I do too.
I can't be mad at it. I can't stay mad at him. He makes me
Los
happy.
Angeles.
Yeah.
I was recording and I didn't hit the record button on my Zoom. And it's like, now that he's older, he's softer around the edges, you know? Like, he's way less intimidating. Oh, he's still pretty damn intimidating. Every time he was on Adam Carolla, he just delivered like a comedian, like a professional working comedian.
So
You're
it goes into
I take it back.
WWF featuring black wrestlers portrayed as pimps and criminals.
You know, Deborah probably had it coming.
Oh, God.
There you go.
There you go. First one.
Okay,
Get
I'll bring
your
my
out.
checkbook next episode.
Goes into the CTE stuff. That's a big one. We don't have to keep going into it, but I just love how this is just broken down. Like this, Linda McMahon,
a huge document.
This is your life. The Benoit murders.
Wow.
Eddie Guerrero's death. Her denying of the science of concussion.
And this is single spaced. Looks like 12-point font. Like, it's a huge document.
Yeah. WWE has been accused of leading to a high death toll among wrestlers. Owen Hart, Vince McMahon indicted for conspiracy to distribute steroids. WWE hires wrestlers as independent contractors and has fired wrestlers who wanted to form unions.
Wow. What an interesting thing to have to read, right?
Criminal filings.
You're on this team, right? And so you got to okay, well, I got to read the prodding of Linda McMahon tonight on the shitter. Go over that. Do you have a highlighter? Okay, CTE. Noted.
Here's one where it says she's pro-choice, and that's a red flag.
Oh, okay, read the...
McMahon is controversial policy stances/statements. McMahon is pro-choice. Quote, I am pro-choice, and I have to say that with a caveat, because I've never had to make the decision for myself. I think it would be the hardest decision. I'm not sure I could make that decision for myself.
Good for her. Good for her to say that.
That's like a normal thing to say.
It is.
But she doesn't want to take that decision away from someone else.
Exactly. But it's a more liberal approach to that topic. It's less conservative.
It's kind of like a centrist approach.
But she's outwardly saying, I'm pro-choice, and I respect about her. That's cool. Right? Come on. Yeah. That's cool.
She's unsure about climate change.
Aren't we all?
They want her to be sure that there's no climate change. Yeah.
Are you sure you're unsure? Let me rephrase the question.
Yeah, Oh, and she's donated to Democrats in the past.
How are people not questioning climate change when like we're experiencing a change in climate?
Yeah, that whole June was so freaking gloomy and cold, and now it's like scorching.
Remember in the 90s, you'd go somewhere you'd never been before and you'd like realize, wow, this is strange weather. It's muggy or there's how is it raining? It's hot. And we've been experiencing that weather in California, in Southern California.
It's weird that we're oddly benefiting from it, though, because we've had like the wettest winter, spring on record, and it's like our drought just completely disappeared.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of moisture in there.
I've definitely noticed it in the oceans over time, like just after surfing for, I don't know, 8 to 10 years.
Right.
I've noticed it's warmer.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you could see that with tuna. Like now, tuna run out in Southern California. You could catch bluefin and yellowfin tuna in Southern California. I've gone on those fishing trips before.
Interesting.
When that was unheard of in the past.
I mean, yeah, because rain when it was hot, okay? That muggy rain, you would never get 0% of the time. The first time I experienced that was in Washington, D.C., and I was, in 97. I was like freaking out. Like, what the hell is this? Huh? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And now we're experiencing that here. It's usually just a clear, dry temperature. And anyway.
She donated 4 times to Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago, the former campaign manager for Barack Obama. I wonder what's that's all about.
Huh.
Like, why would she donate to him?
Wow.
There's something shady going on.
Sounds like a cover-up to me.
Well, anyway.
I really should be more into politics because it is there's something very theatrical about it.
I like politics the same reason I like wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's more intellectual, So it's like your players are intelligent people, Your chess pieces are very intelligent, articulate people.
But not all of them are.
Except for Ocasio-Cortez.
Tons of them are bad. But she's really good. I like her. You're just going down. You're she's just used as she's used by the right as somebody that we gotta prop up, as somebody that we've got to stop.
Yeah.
She's a congresswoman from a district in New York. Why are you talking about her? Can you even name your congressperson?
Oh, absolutely not.
Who's your congressperson? But you know who she is?
Exactly.
Why?
No, I respect
because the conservative media is using her as
and it's
somebody
not fair because they really give her hell. They do they give she's attacked personally. She's called an idiot and she's laughed at in Congress. Eyes are rolled. Okay, poor girl. I just don't like the way she emotes. I don't know. I'm very
because you hate women and you hate Hispanic people that have opinions.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Those are only my 2 favorite things.
I don't know. I just think it's...
Say what you will about me, but if you say ever again that I don't like Latina women...
I just don't want them to have an opinion and to have some political discourse in your white, male-dominated Orange County Republican world.
Okay, first of all, I live in L.A., okay? Second of all...
you were raised in Orange County.
I told you that I'm a sucker for marketing and media, right? And I get manipulated easily, okay? But I also, I read Politico, so I try to get my news in a fair and balanced way. Ooh, that's a good tagline.
What's the last thing
fair and balanced.
You read on Politico?
Words. And she is... the conservative agenda with her, they're afraid of her for some reason. They see this young, attractive woman who has
There's
a lot of
things she
opinions.
says that she makes really good points.
Okay.
I'm not going to agree with everything she says, but I think she's really articulate. I think it's inspiring that somebody that was a bartender could just do a grassroots
I didn't just bring her up just
campaign.
I just look. I don't know politics that well, so I just brought up a name.
Yeah,
to counter. So it wasn't a personal attack. I have nothing against her personally. Honestly.
No, I just like you bringing it up just fully highlights like
Exactly,
how
yeah.
she was used. She's
Yeah.
used as a pawn.
That's
when
so
really
cool.
like anything she does has absolutely no effect on your life.
Yeah.
You don't live in her district.
I know. So I don't have an agenda
And
here.
yeah, and then you can't name your own congressperson.
Who?
So.
Why don't you go
Norma
first?
Torres.
No.
Norma Torres is my congressional representative.
Okay. She from Pomona?
She used to be the mayor of Pomona. Which I think she lives in Ontario.
Okay. Great. I'm
That's
sorry.
her.
I don't know.
But you know her.
Exactly.
And I think that's
That's
really
impressive.
what's wrong with the media and wrong
Well, this is Fox News.
with the world.
I'm exposed more to Fox News than CNN. I
But
would
no,
say.
like every media outlet talks about Ocasio-Cortez.
You know what also, and you know what really works more so to me is the snapshots I get when she's orating, when she's giving her speeches, because they purposefully choose ugly photos of her.
Pictures where looks like she's yelling.
And that works. Like that worked. That was effective on me. I was like, oh, what the hell does she
Yeah.
want? But why? But
if
why?
you just really break it down,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like,
I fell for it.
imagine if like some congressman from buttfuck Montana that says stupid things on a weekly basis
It's Butte.
was talked about on a daily basis on every media platform.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
it makes no sense.
And it's like, yeah, she's young, and I'm sorry. Look, insensitive jar or whatever, me being a pig. She's attractive. She's very easy on the ice.
I really
But
like that
that's
video of her
more of a-
dancing to Listomania. Have you seen that
What?
video?
Oh, the Phoenix song?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
love her.
so cool. And then somebody released that like, look at this idiot dancing.
See,
and it was like when
that's
she was
mean.
in college, first
Yeah.
of all.
Poor-
and it's like a nice
poor
video
girl.
where she's like having fun.
Yeah.
And they're like, she used to have fun. She used to like things. She's going to make you listen to Phoenix. They're not even American.
They're worse than Pinback.
They're French. Did you know that? Probably don't even speak English.
Their rhythm section overwhelms the rhythm. Never mind. I'm just trying to contribute.
What do you think
No,
of that? Did you hear the news about Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff being executive directors of Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah, I did, and not just because you posted it on Twitter. I heard that earlier. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of relationship did Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon have the last 3 years, say? The last 5 years, say?
I would imagine they hadn't even spoken.
Yeah, after when was he released from SmackDown?
I think Vince McMahon just wants to make Conrad Thompson's life more difficult by stealing his podcast co-hosts.
Oh.
Like, that's so bizarre to me. It's like you get a Conrad podcast and then you get hired.
Huh. Wow. Conrad has become a legend, though.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
he's like
definitely Vince McMahon knows who he is.
he's like a star maker.
Yeah.
Or like he's like Quentin Tarantino. He just resurfaces these old broken
who's
down
the-
brands and
All right, well, then who's next, then? Although Conrad isn't gone, they still have their podcast, but I was listening to the King of the Ring one because we were just talking about that King of the Ring, 94. So who's left? He's not podcasting with Ric Flair anymore.
Tony Schiavone needs to get hired
Tony Schiavone's next.
or something. I
That's
mean,
the
he's
answer.
doing MLW commentary,
What happened
but I
when
want to see him on a bigger platform.
Yeah, what happened when is the only Conrad Thompson podcast I listen to anymore.
I've been listening to the new JR one because I stopped listening to the Bruce Pritchard one because it's like I can only handle so much WWF, like same person talking about the same WWF stuff. Same thing with the Eric Bischoff thing. Like, I think it's run its course of him saying intelligent different things about certain periods of time.
In a sense, it's almost unfair to them because we started loving Bruce Pritchard and loving the podcast, and because we're so now familiar with him.
And they just run out of things to say, and they say the same things
like,
over and over
this guy's
again
an
about.
a-hole.
But with JR, at least he's been in both companies, and he's got a lot of interesting things to say. Like, I listened to, it was really good actually. his episode about the 2008 Raw draft where nobody told him and they made him go to SmackDown like as a rib. Like they were doing the draft and they're like, okay, now this match will determine a commentator being drafted.
And he didn't know.
He didn't know. And then they're like, JR's going to SmackDown. And that meant like he had to work tomorrow because it's going to be taped on Tuesday.
Didn't even realize.
Didn't know. They brought out a camera right to his face to get his like genuine reaction, and he was so pissed. Like he was like debating not going to SmackDown the next day, and that was basically the beginning of the end of him having a prominent role in WWE.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting to hear him talk about that, and he was talking about like all the times that Vince McMahon would do weird things, like when they did that Dr. Heine skit. Remember that?
No.
So at one point, JR had to get emergency intestinal surgery.
Yeah. I remember.
And then Vince did that skit where he was Dr. Heine, and he was like pulling things out of JR's ass,
and he's like,
and
what
there were
the
like
hell?
fart noises.
I have a serious
and like
procedure looming.
JR said that he was like hopped up on morphine home that night from the surgery, and Vince called him and he's like, I think you're going to want to watch the show tonight.
Oh, God.
I think there's something on there you're really going to like.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and it was that. And
wow.
Like, he said he was on the verge of having to have a colostomy bag for the rest of his life.
Wow.
Because of that surgery. It was like really serious.
Oh, my God. But it's in your ass.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I really recommend that episode.
Oh, wow.
I'm curious to see if this changes anything at all. I kind of doubt that it will change anything with Heyman and Bischoff.
I don't see
because it's still Vince.
How it could. Yeah.
It's still Vince calling the shots.
Have you been watching at all lately?
I just kind of like I do watch some of the Wyatt stuff. I like his new mask, and I've seen too. People have been saying that the puppets are like popping out. Like when people are doing backstage interviews and stuff, you'll see like Abby the Witch like in the background.
Cool.
And he has a new mask that kind of looks like the clown from Slipknot a little bit.
Wow.
But he still hasn't had. I bet he won't even have a match until SummerSlam.
Okay.
Which is a really good build-up, I think.
Yeah, if there's a match for SummerSlam, I was actually thinking about this. And I kind of want to do something big for SummerSlam. I don't know if you're out. You don't have the network, right? I guess we can go over this later.
Oh,
but for some reason,
get together.
I'm looking forward to SummerSlam.
We could have like
no idea what the
cookout
is or anything, but I kind of
SummerSlam barbecue.
That would be fun. But then you'd have to. I guess I can give you my network password.
No, I just get it again.
You're gonna watch SummerSlam, right?
No, I'm just like.
Are you ever not gonna watch the Survivor Series?
I'm probably not gonna watch Survivor Series. Yeah. Like, who cares about Survivor Series at this point? To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point where I'm just going to. I'll pay for it when there's something I want to watch. But I'm not gonna
out of it.
I'm not gonna just pay $10 and not watch it in an entire month, which I do frequently.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So I'm paying for it right now, and I'm probably not going to watch it until SummerSlam. But I am. I'm not going to like check out what the build-up matches are or the build-up segments are and what the card is. I'll check out the card the day of, probably.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to see what happens on Raw and SmackDown. Probably not live, but that evening or
that
the next
evening,
day.
And that's the best part. Literally, the best part of WWE are those packages. Like, they really do a great job of setting the stage, and with the music swelling, and they cut away to important segments, and they get all the meat of the story. So you pretty much, that's why they hate each other. Okay, cool.
We're just in such an interesting time now that AEW's in the mix. It's like they're making all these desperate moves, and I kind of like it. I want to see what happens next.
Yeah, me too.
And I haven't felt that way in a long time.
What's going to happen next is me asking you a question that I just discovered on What Culture.
Okay.
On 10 Wrestling Secrets Hidden in Plain Sight. Have you seen this one? This blew my mind. This one's crazy. So, 10 Wrestling Secrets Hidden. It's a great video. Hidden in Plain Sight. Did you know that Ric Flair wore red trunks every time he lost and blue trunks when he went over?
Really?
Crazy, right? Wait a
No.
minute. Royal Rumble. Wait a minute. Look up Royal Rumble 92.
His retirement match, he was wearing blue.
Well, he went over.
He lost.
Huh.
That's not
He
true.
was. This is false.
Yeah, that's
he was
fake.
wearing blue. The I Love You super kick.
Yeah.
Maybe only in the territories.
Look up
the NWA.
Look up his match against Vader when he came back as a face and won.
Oh yeah,
What was he wearing? I can't remember.
Was it Starcade?
It might have been Slamboree, or was it Starcade?
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh,
That was a reference to a black penis, so I mean that's insensitive.
In the
right?
movie.
But I was just quoting a movie.
Blazing
I
Saddles.
was quoting Blazing Saddles.
Are we at the point where we can't quote Blazing Saddles anymore?
I don't know. Was it a tag team match? No, it wasn't.
No, it was for the title.
Right. So it's not Slamboree then. I was right. Starcade. Interesting. Blue!
Blue?
Yes.
Oh.
Ha! He's wearing blue. Okay, maybe like the majority of the time. But wasn't Royal Rumble 92 red? I'm sorry, but that's as much. You can't win any more than he won that night. I love it when we just type together.
Yeah.
Let's just finish. Let's just type. Let's just lock eyes and type together. Ready?
I'm pulling up the video here.
Oh.
Oh.
Ric Flair. What the hell's taking you so long? I thought you were checking the images. Royal Rumble 92. My internet.
He's wearing black.
Oh. I thought he was wearing...
And sometimes he'd wear green trunks, too. He didn't only wear blue and
These
red.
are bad pictures. Hold on.
He's
How can I
wearing
not remember?
He's wearing black.
Well, I got to get through this Ashley Holmes store. What the hell? I pay for YouTube. Oh, I'm logged off. Dang it. All right. Skipping ad. I'm only paying for YouTube Premium because what a great Royal Rumble.
So you didn't
Bye-bye,
believe me?
Ted DiBiase. British Bulldog just waiting for him. He's wearing black. Crazy.
You didn't believe me? You had to see it for yourself. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's
He
terrible.
wore a variety
I
of
should have
colors.
what culture are just so well produced. I feel like they do the research. I didn't even give it a second thought. I was like, wait a minute, really? And
I kind of feel like they've gone downhill because you don't hear from them as much. There was some controversy with that guy Adam that was on it all the time.
Yeah.
Remember Adam from What Culture?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did something to some ladies,
oh boy,
and he had to step down. And I think it hasn't really been the same since.
did he do something insensitive to a lady's parts?
Something like that. I'm not sure
he
the
probably,
exact story.
slapped a butt or something.
It had to
Who
do
knows?
with some sort of harassment of ladies.
Well, I was harassed by film number 70 of 6,760, Jungleground, starring Roddy Piper. Actually, I wasn't. I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't think it was that bad.
It to me, it was kind of like Eliminators that we talked
Yeah.
about earlier. It's just like, for
It's
what it is,
fun.
it's good.
Yeah,
It was
the
fine.
dialogue's pretty solid.
It's definitely
Great
better
action
than Back in
scenes.
Action.
A lot better.
A lot better.
This movie was so Canadian, though. Canadian. Oh.
Was it? I didn't even look that up.
Saskatoon.
Was it filmed in?
I don't, but they're
filmed in
the
Canada?
entire, like, who was the bad guy? Omar or Odin? Just, we're gonna throw you off the bridge. Yeah. Well, that's...
I didn't really even
They're all from
notice
North
that.
Dakota. I noticed it so much like that. I felt like Roddy Piper was hanging around the crew, so he was picking up how he used to speak, like growing up in Saskatoon. He had never sounded more Canadian than this movie.
He definitely. I kind of picked
He
up
was
on
like, yeah, right.
his
Cool.
voice where he was really going in on The Piper accent. Yep, filmed in Canada.
Of course.
Toronto.
Everyone was like, oh.
Junglegrounds in Toronto.
So what are your thoughts on smuggling coke in Nevada flour? Doesn't seem all
I
that
thought that
smart
was-
to me.
yeah,
What if the bag breaks?
Yeah, I know. And then is everybody in the pizza restaurant in on this? Because that's a big vat of communal flour that everybody
Yep.
has to. So everybody is in on this drug trade.
I mean, I guess so. And if you're trying to be discreet about it and incognito, then why do you got this creepy guy with a leather jacket following around the delivery guy that's making
Yeah.
the drug trade here?
And then the
making
delivery
drop
guy's
or
like,
whatever.
I'm not going to stand here all day. Yeah, because we're going to blow you up right now.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. I liked how he said, I'm not going to stand here all day. And then he got blown up.
And they got blown up. I didn't like that
Yeah.
pencil neck geek. Because first he was like, oh, I'm nervous. Then he was like, I'm going to be super cool all of a sudden. So it was
Yeah.
like he grew.
And the hitman's like, or not the
You need to lighten up.
The henchman is just like, well, you know what? Why don't you just drive, okay?
Yeah.
Because he was just like, I think I might need a gun too.
Yeah.
Can I get a gun? Just drive.
Great.
You're gonna get blown up anyway.
I love that. And then I'm going to get shot. A lot of people were shot and a lot of murder, death, kill. So that's good. A lot of, you know what move I love in action movies? The glass shattering in slow motion. You know, whether it's someone jumping through a glass or whether it's beer bottles shattering because of gunfire, you know. And
Yeah.
also a good bar dive for shelter.
This movie had really solid
Great
explosions.
great
too.
stunts, great car stunts.
Good
There was
explosions.
one, it was when I was just like, oh, God, another one of these. Darn it. Ugh. Like, I still haven't seen La La Land, you know? And then it
You
was
can
one
still
of
see it.
Well, well,
You that busy?
apparently. Well, suppose not. But that one car crash in slow motion, a lot of slow motion going on, that just is engulfed in flames. They held on to it to a long time with some pretty good music, dramatic music, and I was like, this is a stunning scene.
The whole bridge sequence
And
was
then
very
the
good.
bridge was great.
He's
Great
got to get
costumes.
across. So Roddy Piper's a cop that gets caught up in Jungleground, the bad part of town.
There's a north
And
town and
so
a south town.
he
uptown
has-
and a downtown. Downtown is
bad.
bad, evil,
And
no
he has-
authority. It's total anarchy.
He has to get to Uptown.
Punk
he's
rockers
challenged
just running
by
amok,
the
running
bad
amok.
guys, the rockers, as they're called.
Yeah.
And so he has to make it out of Jungleground alive, challenged by the rockers. So he's got to get across that bridge,
Which
and,
is a-
and save his girlfriend, the welder.
Which is
and,
kind of a good
artist.
premise.
I like that his girlfriend
Is a welder.
makes welding art.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like that.
And I like that it.
She was good too.
She was good. She was great. And there there was a callback too. It became like part of the story because he took shelter under one of her structures. You know, so it was like, oh, okay, cool. If she was just, you know, an oil painter or, you know, color painting, it would have gone right through the canvas and he would have
Yeah.
died. So he's like, she protected
Yes,
him,
she did.
right?
That's good writing.
I think so. I mean,
I
at
think
least
so,
it's something.
too. Yeah.
You know, it's something because it wasn't just like, I don't know, make her an artist. Like, but what she created
Yeah.
was a shield for him. So it's like,
And
oh, that's a nice touch.
So
Okay.
often in these movies, the female lead, the damsel in distress, is somebody with like no agency. That's just like some sort of pinhead.
Mm-hmm.
She was like a strong female character. She
Yep.
She was strong against the art dealer that was trying to hit on her,
Yeah.
and she's just a strong woman.
Yeah. No, that was a cool scene too because he was a civilian that was murdered, right? But it's kind of like, he was a total creep though.
I thought he was going to be
He was a creepo.
tied to the gang somehow. I thought
Yeah.
he was going to be like, you don't want to have sex with me, then I'm going to rape you.
I did too. But no, he was just a creepo that was trying to exploit her. I thought that one girl that joined in, you know, that had a lot of heart and passion, like, I want to get him too. I thought she was an undercover cop, but she wasn't. Spoiler alert.
What's the deal with
lot of energy.
90s movies and then thinking that rollerblading was like a gangster thing? You
Yeah.
got this and you got D2. It's like in D2, they had to go to Compton to play hockey with some black kids to really
Yeah.
like find their
It
passion again.
Never was. That was
And then
for
this-
like rollerblades 92, 93. That was just for white kids.
Yeah.
It didn't the overweight.
I
did
think,
never
you
really-
know what it was? I think it was the big rollerblading lobby that was like, we got to get in feature films, we got to get
Yes.
African-American actors
To make it
be
look cool.
to be rollerblading. So on this movie, there's a guy with that rollerblades with an AK-47
Yeah,
shooting
quiz show.
that ended up being the death of him, really. Because he lost control.
He lost control, did a trick.
Yeah.
And he bumped into something very heavy hanging on the roof. And that
yeah.
fell and crushed him.
Crushed him to death. He
And
killed
then
himself.
He killed
And-
himself.
Yeah.
And he had a machine gun, and the sound effect was a shotgun.
Yeah.
So it's like, this isn't a good movie. But like, it's better. It's good.
Yeah.
It is a good movie because for what it set out to be.
It was fun. Roddy Piper looked great. He
There-
looked so
yeah.
buff here.
But like, there are, sound design, not good. All right. So that's not really fair as far as the visuals go. Hair and makeup, not good. Roddy Piper's hair was a little disheveled, and there was no continuity there. It's like, so parts
His
poorly
cheek
constructed.
wound looked kind of shoddy.
Yeah. But wardrobe was fantastic. The locations were fantastic. The props, like that farmer's market in that underground Randarock place, Like, I was like, if farmer's markets were more like this, I think I'd go a little more often. These guys are hip. There's selling free market, selling lettuce for 69 cents a pound and all that stuff. Great. The design was great. The story was cool. I liked that he never proposed at the end. So maybe they aren't meant to be together. Maybe he and the girlfriend aren't going to get married and fall in love.
Yeah,
or,
they're
was
just,
I thought it was
taking
touching
it
that
like
he's
it is.
been kinda
He
hesitating
did
with
have,
proposing.
Yeah, they didn't go back to that.
They did at the very end. That was the final
Did I-
scene. The final scene, he's about to propose, and he's like, never mind. Not this time. I'm going to go back to Saskatoon.
I guess I missed that.
It was like the last scene, man. We do folding laundry, and you sneezed.
Probably typing or something. Looking for fun
Yeah,
facts.
no, it was... No, it was a charming moment. There are a lot more parts of this that I like that
I really
I
like
did
the
like.
the black cowboy.
Love the black cowboy.
Yeah.
Love the vertical suplex on a car. I mean, that must have super inspired the backlot brawl.
He's got a guy, one of the bad guys, and he's holding a screwdriver up to his neck, and the guy's like, "Screw you!"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Bad suggestion."
Yeah. He's like, oh, you just gave me an idea.
I like the whole thing where
you
they
just gave me
wanted
an
to
idea.
kill all the drug dealers. The rockers wanted to kill all the drug dealers, but it turned out that
he needed to fund the crew, and the
Yeah.
only way to get money is by dealing drugs. So that's a crazy, it's a rich story. It's a complex,
Hey,
story.
what's the deal
I don't know. What?
with cars that have shag carpeting on the
Oh,
roof?
yeah, because they're the coolest.
Like,
Yeah, there are like
think
4
about
or
how
5
think about how dirty your car gets after not washing it for a month,
Yeah, like
and now
cigarette burns.
put shag carpeting on the top of it.
Ew.
Like, what the hell? Like, why would anybody
Like-
ever think that was a good idea?
Next time you're in my Corolla, all right, look up. Just tell me what you see. That has never been cleaned, and like stuff gets up there. I don't know if I'm just like, when the Angels get a run, I celebrate, and my fingers go up, and like,
There's a full layer of Arby's sauce up here. It's like you raised the roof while you were.
I opened up my Harvey sauce
had
and
a
I hit a
beef-
bump.
You had a beef and cheddar in your hand, and then you started raising the roof
Beef and cheddar, I'm going.
when Otani got a hit.
Yeah.
Woo! Oh man. Well, I give this a solid 6.
I give it a solid 6.
Okay, not too many fun facts.
Yeah.
The director Don Allen, he has only 4 credits.
Uh-huh.
One of them being this. Remember these guys?
Yes.
He directed one of the Skinamarinky Dink videos.
Oh my gosh!
Skinamarinky Dinky Dink, Skinamarinky Doo. I love you. Yeah.
I love you in the morning and in the afternoon.
So
I
they
love
were
you. What a
called
sweet song.
Sharon, Lois, and Bram. And so he directed their video, Sing A to Z.
Did they also do the one elephant came out to play upon a spider web one day?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
I pulled a few Roddy Piper facts.
All right. Works for me.
His very first pro wrestling match was against Larry the Axe Hennig. Piper lost to him in 10 seconds and earned $25 Canadian for the match.
I only have one question. What on earth is a mage? Continue.
Following his death, his remains were cremated and his ashes were scattered over his home in Gaston, Oregon.
Wow. And he...
Where would you spread your ashes?
Where would I spread my ass?
I know where you spread your asses.
That's a good question.
Angel Stadium?
No, that's kind of tacky. Although my friend had mentioned that he does want his ashes spread there. Where does my heart lie? Like that Simon and Garfunkel song. To England, where
7-Eleven.
my heart.
The
Yeah.
The 7-Eleven parking lot?
Yeah. I want to be my ashes spread in the dumpster in the back of the 7-Eleven on
That'd be
Normandy
kinda cool.
and Beverly. You know, because I'm not very sentimental. Like that doesn't really mean anything.
I
to
always
me.
am trying to think of
I don't care.
yeah. What?
You got a bulb out.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
power's
The
still
light
on.
just went off.
Yeah, you gotta get a new bulb.
Yeah,
It doesn't really mean anything to me. I wouldn't feel more comfortable.
I'm trying to think of a good spot, but I don't know.
And it's I'd say my mom's house, but that's pathetic.
Yeah.
I don't know, around the caliche in my mom's backyard, you know, mix in with the decomposed
The
granite
ocean's
a little bit.
just kind of lame.
Yeah, and I can't breathe underwater.
I guess I still have to find my spot.
Yeah.
Hopefully I find
Maybe
it
you will
before
one
I
day.
die.
It definitely isn't like Angel Stadium, though. I don't really have any spots.
Yeah. Those are my fun facts. You want to flick chart it?
Let's flick chart it. Yeah, so there's my answer. If I had to pick, it'd be the 7-Eleven on goddamn Normandy and freaking
Heavily
Beverly.
trafficked area.
Yeah, just make that happen, man. The
Jungleground
dumpster would be fine.
or The Interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Oh, The Interview.
I'm going to go with Jungleground.
Okay, cool.
I don't think The Interview was that good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It just benefited from the hype that it created
Okay.
an
Yeah, that's
international
fair.
incident.
I would stick with The Interview, but that's a fair pick.
Jungleground or Hook.
Hook all the
Hook.
way, 100%.
I saw a picture of all the Lost Boys now wearing their old costumes. It was so cute.
Oh,
Rufio
How's
got
Rufio
a
look?
little.
That was gonna be
He
like-
got kind of chubby.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Jungleground or Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down.
Saw that in the theater with my dad and my uncle.
Jungleground or Mr. Baseball.
Mr.
Baseball.
Just tall man, little world.
That movie taught me that they have good steak in Japan.
Yeah. You will hit, and I will give you back rub. God, I wish that was a porno.
This is a Squared Circle Cinema Showdown.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Jungleground or Blade Runner 2049?
Oh, I know your answer is Jungleground and Stop the Presses. That is my answer as well.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
You hated that movie. You were like, Tyler, this movie sucks.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it.
You're like, does Goodfellas, do I need to watch 7 movies for me to consider it good?
No, but this is Blade Runner 2049, not Blade Runner 1.
I know. You didn't like Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah,
You
I
did not like that movie.
But then you were talking about my hate on regular Blade
Oh,
Runner.
okay. That's true. All right.
But yeah, I think I like Jungleground better.
No. Actually, Blade Runner 2049 was
It was visually stunning.
Visually
but
stunning.
I definitely paid more attention to Jungleground than I did that
Really?
movie because I got super bored.
All right, let's do it.
Apocalypto or Jungleground?
Oh, Apocalypto.
I love Apocalypto.
That movie's brutal.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990. Jungleground.
This is easy.
Ninja Turtles.
No doubt. Ninja
The
Turtles.
X-Files movie,
I loved.
1998.
X-Files movie.
X-Files
was really
movie.
cool. Great
I was-
soundtrack.
I remember being so pumped, like the show I watch on
Because
TV is now a movie.
And it was a good movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went with my sister. That was her favorite show.
I used to love the X-Files.
Yeah.
I can't remember a damn thing about it now, but I used to watch it every Friday. Remember when it used to be Fridays,
Yep.
then they moved it to Sundays?
Yep. I remember there was one episode that opened as if it was a Fox News broadcast, and it was news footage of a high-speed chase, and someone's head exploded, and I thought it was real. Like, it looked so real, and the tie-in, there was like John Beard was like, oh my God, his head exploded. It was like, wow.
I think that was with Bryan Cranston. That's how Bryan Cranston first got hooked up with the dude from Breaking Bad. What's the name of the creator of Breaking Bad?
Vince Gilligan.
Yeah. He first got hooked up with Vince Gilligan from that episode because Bryan Cranston was the guy with the thing strapped to his head.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Didn't make that connection.
I remember one of my favorite episodes of the X-Files features Jesse Ventura. We could totally do a SCTV.
Love it. That should be our next one. Well, we got to do Glow Season 3.
Glow Season 3 starts in August.
Okay.
But I do have a suggestion, actually. We'll get to it.
I can't wait to hear it.
So I'm picking the X-Files. The Frighteners. Underrated movie. Underrated movie.
Great.
Peter Jackson.
That was a go-to of mine when nothing, like the new release wasn't available at Blockbuster. It's like, might as well just get Frighteners then.
My wife's favorite Christmas movie, which doesn't really resonate with me, but she loves it. Mm-hmm. The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Or Jungleground.
Well, let's go with Cassie.
Yeah, I can't make her mad at me, so I'll pick that.
I can't because we're running late.
This
and
one
it's
hit.
like she's not going to get her Juicy Lucy until like an hour later, and I feel
That
terrible.
sounds really dirty. This one's for you. Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield. You used to be Mel Clark. Love that movie. Yeah, I mean, it's not that great. But there's a good father-son story.
Do you like Angels in the Outfield better than Rookie of the Year?
Not even close. Okay. Rookie of the Year all the way. Rookie of the Year all the way. And no, because, I would like...
Jungleground sitting pretty.
Yeah. It's having
675.
Whoa.
That is high.
Way too high. It was paired with good...
Yeah. Let's see.
Like, it was paired with a lot of movies that aren't like... A lot of movies that aren't all that great.
Okay, I really got to fix some stuff here.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 10 movies below...
Just above Shawshank Redemption.
The 10 movies below Jungleground. You
Oh,
ready?
below it? Okay. Okay, cool.
This is sad. I got to fix this.
Okay. We don't have to do it today, but you should do it eventually.
Blade Runner 2049. Rear Window.
Whoa!
His Girl Friday. The Marine. Leaving Las Vegas.
What?
Rumble in the Bronx.
Jesus.
Anvil, The Story of Anvil.
Oh!
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And the real travesty here.
Yeah.
Twins.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to flick chart Twins first.
I got to fix this, yes. Yeah. So I wanted to propose to you.
We should crank out a Twins flick chart right now. No, forget it.
How are we doing on time?
We're not doing well. We're already over an hour.
Okay. Next time. Maybe.
Nobody wants to listen to us more than an hour and 3 minutes.
I was going to say, it's good risk some bad luck for the month of July. Mm-hmm. But I kind of am itching to do an in theaters now.
Okay.
Would you want to see Stuber, the new Batista movie? It looks funny to me.
It does look funny to me. I thought you were gonna go with what's the Rock movie that's out now?
There's a Rock movie out right now.
Yeah, The Rock. and the co-star, I can't think. Jason Statham.
Oh, the Hobbs and Shaw.
There
I don't
you
think
go.
that.
But that's a Fast and the Furious.
I don't think that's coming out for a while.
Oh, okay,
though.
cool.
No, the
Let's
Batista
do it.
movie comes out the weekend of our next show.
Excellent. All right, so we'll have a wonderful Saturday. We'll go to the Harkins because that's our jam, and I will try to be able to use the machine that spits out your ticket properly, and I'll try not to embarrass myself in front of any 16-year-olds.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw comes out the first week of August. So
Perfect.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
then
Stuber.
Set the jar aside.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you said first week of August?
No, the Hobbs and Shaw comes out the first week of
All right.
August.
So when?
Stuber comes
come
out the weekend of our next podcast.
All right. Okay.
So
Earn
the-
Defiant. Ooh, jeez. Did you just
The
feel that
weekend
jolt?
of like the 15th or something, 14th, 15th.
It just exploded.
So I'm Ryan the Muffler Bruckner saying, of course I wear a kilt. Someone says I'm cute, and I bury my fist down their throat.
And I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan. Are you people as confused as I am?